Welcome back to Market Headlines. As digital transactions increase during COVID-19 pandemic, strengthening cybersecurity is an absolute necessity for business operators. Regarding to this, 84% of Indonesian companies surveyed were ready to increase IT budget allocation.
As digital transactions increase during COVID-19 pandemic, business operators should navigate new risks and threats that occurred in the pandemic. One of the most important to do is by improving and strengthening cybersecurity. Not only in Indonesia, even cybersecurity company Kaspersky warns banks and financial services in the Southeast Asia region to reflect on the case of cyber attacks that had befallen Bank of Bangladesh. Due to cybersecurity issues, a survey by Palo Alto Networks technology company shows that companies in Indonesia are increasingly concerned about cybersecurity. Palo Alto found out of 100 respondents in Indonesia, 4 out of 5 companies in Indonesia, or of 84%, increased the budget for cybersecurity by 2020. This number is higher than the average in Southeast Asia, where only 73% of companies raised their budgets for cybersecurity. Not only that, companies in Indonesia also showed a clear commitment to increase visibility regarding the handling of cybersecurity risks. It is indicated by 92% of respondents from Indonesia that reviewing cybersecurity policies and standard operating procedures at least once a year. From all sources, IDX Channel.
Various cybersecurity risks lurk business and society along with the high digital transactions during COVID-19 pandemic. A number of related issues to cybersecurity emerged in early 2020, and the information is on the next graphic. So, in the first graphic, we can see about the latest cybersecurity issues in Indonesia. Let's take a look in 2020 as of January to April. 88 million cyber attacks exist in Indonesia. And how about May 2020? There are 3 big e-commerce platforms that experienced data breaches, and this also came up with the 2 big e-commerce such as Tokopedia and also Bukalapak. And we got the source from the National Cyber and Encryption Agency of Indonesia, or we can call it in Indonesia as BSSN. From 88 million cyber attacks, Indonesia's National Cyber and Encryption Agency recorded that more than half of cyber attacks was malware and phishing scams. Meantime, due to data breach, one of the largest Indonesian e-commerce, Tokopedia, has experienced data breach case in May 2020, whereas 91 million users' data were stolen by hackers and have been spread freely in the social media such as Facebook. Regarding to the data breach case, Tokopedia convinced that the private data and users' passwords are still safe beyond encrypted data. And regarding to massive cybersecurity risk, Indonesia companies have stated their commitment to increase budget for IT security. The clearer information is on the next graphic. You read it through the next graphic, we can see the survey on commitment to raise IT budget from Palo Alto Network. So first of all, we can assess that Indonesia's companies, as many as 84%, are committed to raise its IT budget. While we can see this as an achievement because in the Asian companies, more in the Asian countries, it is only in 73% of it. So we can see that Indonesia is beyond more than the Asian companies existed. And not only higher from the average of Southeast Asian companies, in its survey, Palo Alto Networks even stated that almost half of the companies in Indonesia would allocate more than half of their IT budget to security investment. The survey results show that the companies are moving on the right track in the terms of digital safety awareness. So, what are the main reasons beyond companies' commitment to increase IT budget? Let's move on to the next graphic. Here it is through the next graphic. We can see the reasons behind why companies to increase its IT budget. First of all, to tackle sophisticated cyber attacks, and it is more advanced as upcoming years, and then of course to upgrade the existing security framework. And here it is, we can see a good signal as Indonesian's company increase its cybersecurity. It means that its willingness to fix this and to become more confident in IT industry. And of course the third one is that to keep up with the competitors. And from the reasons, we know that IT has become one of the main company's priority, especially in this digital era. The company's decisions to increase IT budget is expected to be in line with security strengthening because attackers are now using artificial intelligence to act as cybercrime. So it's important for business to start relying on the same level of IT to protect its system and data safety. And in the end, of course, it will make users or customers more convenient with the company's service or platform. With the company's focus on increasing budgets for IT, what are the challenges in strengthening cybersecurity? Let's see through the next graphic. Here it is through the next graphic. In the meantime, in the short term, we can see there is a data about that. And here are the challenges. As we can see, consider legacy IT infrastructure as a threat because they assess the legacy IT infrastructure is more too outdated. And the second one, consider that legacy cybersecurity products as a threat as well. And the third one is that low understanding of cybersecurity among employees. The fourth one is that risk from the third-party service provider. And the last one is low understanding of cybersecurity among management. But as we can see through these points, it is one thing to be underlined is that it is more to the human factors rather than the infrastructure itself. And as a matter of fact, Indonesia is trying to allocate more on the IT infrastructure, so it would be a good signal for IT industry in Indonesia. And many Indonesian companies still lack of confidence in their cybersecurity investment. The reason for the lack of confidence was that the companies were doubtful in their employees' cybersecurity awareness, or the fact that their security infrastructure was outdated, as I mentioned before, as well as a lack of end-to-end protections. So we may conclude that the main challenges come from the human factor. Despite many obstacles and challenges, the commitment of companies in Indonesia on IT and cybersecurity can be seen clearly, especially a number of digital companies in Indonesia, as in the following graphic. Here it is. Through the next graphic, we can see the commitments of several digital companies concerned on cybersecurity. First of all, we got bb.com that try to adapt budget to conduct the necessary system and protocol upgrade to address the shift in risk profiles and maintain the integrity of security system. And the next one, we got Link Aja, which increased transactions during pandemic, led the company to add supervisions and preventive measures to increase cybersecurity. And the third one is from Dana, as the company is equipped with an AI-based risk engine to analyze unusual transactions and biometric verifications as a fraud prevention measures. And these measures are their concern on the cybersecurity, and this shows that we are moving on the right track in terms of digital safety awareness. And not surprisingly, if the digital companies pay great attention to data and cybersecurity due to its large potential for data misuse that can be done by cyber criminals. One of the great potentials can be seen from the value of electronic or digital transactions. According to Bank of Indonesia, electronic transactions increased to 15 trillion rupiah or $1 billion in May 2020, compared to 12.8 trillion rupiah in the same period of last year, while e-commerce transactions grew 26% during the pandemic. It is really not a small amount, isn't it? And finally, we hope that all steps taken in improving cybersecurity can run effectively and, of course, can provide a better security for all stakeholders, including for the public. And stay with us because market headlines, we will be back after this quick break.